Akron is in a weird part of the rebuilding cycle where they thought last year was going to be that year with DJ Irons. Him getting hurt derailed it, but losing multiple overtime games, dropping a game against Indiana in overtime, and a game of Buffalo in overtime that they should have could have won. Even from going from second half to first half, they failed to get any better, especially in the offensive end. They've kind of fumbled between quarterbacks, and one of them could be the starter again this year as well. And they don't know if it's going to be Ben Finley, the transfer from Cal. It's his third team. He's hoping for this to be his final home and somewhere he can really succeed. And then you have Taj Bullock, who another transfer, thought things would work out for him here last year. Wasn't the case. Showed some promise running the ball, but inconsistency throwing the ball. There's some things I like on defense. I think their defense will be really competitive. They're going to keep themselves in games like they have for the past few years. I'm sure they wish they could have their linebacker core from a few years ago. That's not the case. I do like CJ Nunley, who is a good pass rusher. He needs to show up more every week. He showed up in their 2 wins. When they needed a win, he was there. The thing is, that was only twice. They're going to need him more than twice. They have a hard non-conference schedule. The conference schedule doesn't favor them at all now that they're playing East and former West opponents, because now there's no more of these subdivisions. You're going to play teams like NIU and Central Michigan, in Toledo and Eastern Michigan, sides that are a little bit stronger than the traditional teams on the East. And those teams, some of them are on their schedule this year, and they're going to struggle with that. And seeing if they can kind of get used to the gauntlet that is those teams in the West that they've been able to avoid, that's what I'm interested to see. Akron's going to be between 2 and 5 wins this year. I don't see them succeeding 5. I see them winning 4. I see them landing in between that. If they win 4, that's enough to keep Joe Moorhead his job, and enough for him to get another opportunity to bring in more transfers, which he's done very well. Believe it or not, he's done well getting in transfers and limiting the big losses in the transfer portal. He's done a really good job with that. He needs at least 4 wins if he wants to keep this train rolling. And right now they're a year behind on progress. This should be the year that you should be fighting for a bowl game. I don't know if that's the case. I think they'll be around 3 to 4 wins at the end of the year, an opportunity against Toledo to maybe get that 6th win, but I don't know if that happens.